Hello friends, I hope you and your family are safe and well. In the IFRS, our subject name International Financial Reporting Standards, we have studied the various kinds of Indus AS standards. Now today we are going to learn one of the important standard and it will be benefited to for our exam also. So let us discuss one of the important standard. We have a Indus AS7, that is statement of cash flows. Now this particular standard is very important for exam point of view, and it is related to the flow of cash. We have to study the flow of cash in our statements. Cash flow. Cash flow means cash may be flow from company to outside, and sometimes it may be come to the company from outside to company. So what kinds of transactions are generated whenever the cash flow occurred, and that we are going to learn. Now whenever we will talk about our financial statements, that time we have to see the cash flow statement is a presentation of incoming and outgoing of the cash. So before we will talk about these things, so let us discuss about the why cash flow statement is required. Now we have in our financial statement of profit and loss. It gives the summary of all revenues and expenses, shows in the net result whether we have earned profit or loss, and that we have to find out. For that purpose we prepare statement of profit and loss. But under such statement we cannot find out how much amount of cash flow from each and every revenue items and expenses items, that we cannot understand. Cash flow. Now statement of cash flow, it includes the operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Now operating activity, it is an activity related to the business. Under such activity, how much amount of cash received from the company's operation, or how much amount of cash used for the operation, that we have to study. The investing activities and financial activities, these are the three types of activities are there, and under such activities how much amount of the cash flow received and used, that we can understand, and that way we will think about the statement of the profit and loss or statement of the cash flow is a big difference in our organization. That's why we have to understand first cash flow, why it is required. Then cash flow statement is required for, if you see that our statement of profit and loss, we have to generate only revenue from operations, and we will deduct the taxes, and after that we will get the net cash from operating activity, and we cannot find out exactly the how much uh, amount of profit occurred after deducting the operating expenses, after deducting the investing expenses and financing expenses, and that should we have to find out. That for that purpose revenue from operation increases. Here this particular example, revenue from operation is increases very significantly year to year, but entity has a negative cash flow from operating activities. It shows the revenue and income is reported but little cash comes in it. If you see that the very few amount of cash comes because of the this particular statement, they are not clear about the income and revenues cash flow. Entity may be surviving through the cash flow from financing activity and investing activity. Now only operating activities, only operating amount and operating expenses, operating incomes, we are not recording. If you are recording the operating expenses and operating incomes, and if you want to generate the operating activities net cash, so it is very little amount we will get, and therefore this particular cash we required for our survival purpose, we required the financing and investing activities also. Now, cash flow statement, they, why it is applicable? So if you see that these two questions are very important. Does Indus AS 7 provides any exemption with regards to its applicability like AS 3? Previous standard was accounting standard 3, and now this particular AS 3 provides any exemption with regard its, there is no any kind of exemption. Whether the statement of the cash flow should prepare only for annual report period, it is a compulsory, it is a mandatory. Every company should prepare their accounting statements as per the Indus AS 7. It is a disclosure statement. It is not an adjustment statement. Disclosure statement means we cannot change anything by applying Indus AS 7, but we should disclose our cash flow statement. So Indus AS 7, it is a disclosed statement. It is a disclosed accounting standards. Therefore, we can say that it is compulsory, it is mandatory, and it is an integral part of the financial statements. Now, whenever we will talk about the statement, there are statement of the cash flow. There are certain definitions that you have to understand first. First of all, operating activities. So which kinds of activities are called operating activities? The principal revenue producing activities. Principal means major, important revenue producing activities. Then some activities are called as the investing activities. For example, we have to acquire and dispose of our long term assets and liabilities. So these activities are called as the investing activities. And we have to do financing activities, the activities that result in change in the size or composition of the owns capital, that is called as the financing activities. And sometimes we have to do cash activities. It may be called cash on hand, deposit with bank. So these are the things that you should understand. Now one more thing is there, that is a cash equivalent. Cash equivalent is a short term cash available. It may be for 3 months. Sometimes highly liquid investments, readily convertible into cash, or insignificant risk of change in values. So these are the things are called as a cash equivalent. So first of all, we will discuss right now about the various kinds of activities and their examples. By go through this particular example, we have to understand first what kinds of operating activities are there, and on that basis we have to take the examples. Now whenever we will talk about the operating activities, so most important thing is there, that is the amount of cash flow arising from operating activities is a key indicator of the extent to which operation of the entity have generated sufficient cash. For example, repayment of loan, maintain the operating capability of the entity, pay the dividend, make new investments. So operating activity, sometimes it may be cash flow also there, so that you have to understand. For example, sale of the goods or rendering of the services, sometimes receipt from the royalties, fees, commission and other revenue, cash payment of the supply of goods and services, cash payment of to or on behalf of the employee. These are the examples of the operating activities. Cash receipts or cash payment of the insurance entity for premium and claims and annuities, other policy benefits, and cash payment or refund of the income taxes, or cash payment or payment of the contract held for dealing or trading purposes. So these are the examples of the operating activity. Now, whenever we will talk about the investing activity, so there are various kinds of examples and expenditure that can result in the recognize the assets in the balance sheets. For example, acquire the property, plant and equipment, tangible and long-term assets. Sometimes we have to sale of property, plant and equipment, intangibles and other long-term assets. Sometimes we have to acquire the equity and debt instruments. Sometimes sale of the equity and debt instrument. So these are the examples of the investing activities. Then sometimes we have to do the some advances or loans to the parties. Sometimes it may be a fan love. Sometimes it may be repayment of the advances and loans, some future contract, forward contracts, optional contracts, swap contracts. So these are the examples of the investing activities. Then future contract, forward contract may be payment or receipts or swap contract. Now, financing activities means the issuing shares or other equity instruments. Sometimes owner to acquire or redeem the entities shares. Sometimes issuing debentures, loans, notes, bonds, mortgages, short-term and long-term borrowing, then repayment of the amounts of the borrowing, sometimes leasing for reduction of the outstanding liabilities. These are the examples of the operating, financing activities. Now let us discuss the major things. So why we have to do the cash flow. So whenever we will talk about the cash flow, it represents the incoming and outgoing of the cash. Assess the ability to generate cash and to utilize the cash by entity. It is an integral part of the financial statement that we already discussed. Then applicable for each entity. Now sometimes we have to put as a cash. Cash means the cash in hand or cash on demand of deposit. Cash equivalent. Cash equivalent means we have already discussed the short term highly liquid investment convertible into cash. It may be easily converted into cash. Short term maturity period is less than 3 months from the date of acquisition. It is called the short term. Then bank overdraft is a part of cash and cash equivalent that you have to keep in mind. Then after that, whenever we will talk about the statement of the cash flow, Indus AS 7. The cash flow statement again divided into three categories. We already discussed operating, investing, and financing. Whenever we will talk about the operating activities, so it is a business activities. Those business we are doing, so that we have to sell the goods, we are rendering the services, we have to give the payment to the suppliers, then we have to pay the taxes, we have to receive the taxes, sometimes we have to pay the employee. These are the examples of the operating activities. Whenever we will talk about the investing activities, the payment acquire of the plant, equipments, then disposal, research and development, then advance made to other parties, receipts of the forward, future contract, then financing activities, sale of the shares, buyback of the shares, acquire or repayment of the shares, dividend or interest paid, insurance or redemption of the shares. So these are the examples that we already discussed. So there are two methods under cash flow statement: direct method and indirect method. In our direct method, we have to change the present in operating activities, and gross receipts and payment of the cash, payment received from debtors, payment to supplier or tax of payment also we have to show. That means interest paid, interest received, that we have to put. Then indirect method, we have to put the profit and loss adjustments with the non-cash transactions, and we have to find out changes in working capital items during the year. It is also known as a reconciliation method. Indirect method is also called as a reconciliation method. Sometimes we have to receive the dividend, sometimes we have to pay the dividend. Such a way we have to understand that this concept of the Indus AS 7. It is very important. Every company has mandatory to prepare cash flow statement. If you see that any kind of annual report of the any particular company, they prepare their financial statement. Annual report. If you see the annual report, it includes first director's report, auditor's report, then consolidated financial statements. In that, consolidated balance sheet, consolidated statement of profit and loss, and consolidated cash flow. Sometimes there may be stand-alone financial statement also they prepare. It includes uh, stand-alone balance sheet, stand-alone statement of profit and loss, and stand-alone cash flow statement. The cash flow statement is an integral part of financial statement. It includes three activities: operating, investing, and financing. So whenever we will talk about the methods, there are two kinds of methods are there: direct method and indirect method. So that you should keep in mind. Indus AS 7 provide these kinds of information, and this standard is mandatory. Previously the standard was AS 3. Now it is AS 7. I hope you understood cash flow, statement of cash flow, Indus AS 7.